I'm Maysha with Stay Home and Come With Me, a transformational journey without and within. And today I want to talk about the without. I want to talk about the way out. I want to talk about space. I want to talk about astrology. You see, I believe that astrology is source, the divine, the universe, God's way of organizing everything. All the way from like people are born at a certain time and therefore they have certain characteristics to the planetary bodies move a certain way, and because of that movement, they have energetic pull on us, and we're made of energy, and so that affects how we all act and behave, and it's how everything is kept in order. That's what I believe astrology is. And so on the 21st, we're moving into the Age of Aquarius, and also we will have the Great Conjunction, which is when Saturn and Jupiter are so close together that they look like one, and it's like the Christmas star. So these are big deals. These are major shifts that are going to be happening, and they're going to be major shifting energies. And there's way too much to talk about in the amount of time that I want to give it today. And there are a lot of people out there doing a lot of justice to these topics. So what I want to do is encourage you to find those people. Find people that you trust talking about these things and listen to what they're saying, because there's some great stuff being said. Mainly what I want to talk about with it is what the divine has shown me about my role with it. This shifting in energy that's going to happen, we've been 200 years in Capricorn energy, earth energy, divine masculine energy, where we've been working and toiling really hard, and it's been about each person making sure they had what they needed, and making money and creating things, industry and farming and things like that. And all of that there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's been anything wrong with that. That has been the period of time that we have been in. You can't judge a period of time. A period of time just is what it is. But we're moving into a whole other period of time. The dawning of the Age of Aquarius. And I know I'm showing my age now because I can hear the song in my head. But this is an air time, not an earth time. And it's a time of creativity. It's a time of lightness. It's a time of technology. It's also a time of spiritual awakening, where people are understanding that we are interdimensional beings, actually, and they're awakening to that, and therefore they're getting their abilities, their empathic abilities, their intuitive abilities, their psychic abilities. And so the old way of doing things is just simply not going to work anymore, where people governments used to be able to hide things from one another. They're not going to be able to do that anymore. People aren't going to be able to lie to one another anymore. And it's not going to happen overnight, but it's happening more and more all the time. People think they're pulling the wool over your eyes, and but it's not going to be. You're also going to be more compassionate about it, because as you become more and more intuitive and empathic, you're going to understand why they're feeling the need to do it. So it's not like everybody's going to go around, aha, caught you, you're lying to me. It's going to be, you're just going to kind of stand there and let them, and you're going to feel in your heart why they're doing it, and you're going to choose whether or not that's something you can have in your life or not, and what's for your best and highest good. So that's just some of the changes that are coming, and governments are going to deal with each other that way too. So there's not going to be, things are going to change. We are going to have a huge shift, but this of course is going to take time. And as all of this is happening, well, they're going to need people to talk about it. And different types of populations around the world are going to need different types of people to do that. And a certain population of people will need someone like me to do that. And I'm uniquely qualified for a certain population of people because of all of the life experiences that I agreed to come here and have. All of the lessons I agreed to come here and learn. And there are ways that you can find out about your divine soul blueprint. And yes, I've had some very hard lessons in life. And yes, I could have picked some different timelines. But essentially, the divine and I have talked about it. And I have been shown a certain Hebrew code where I could look at my timeline from it. And I'm actually right exactly where I'm supposed to be. I'm at about the right age to have come into the abilities I now have to do what I'm getting ready to do, because now is the time that it's going to be needed. And so I'm going to freely talk, just like I've been doing for years because my life has been training me for this. I'm going to freely talk about on Stay Home and Come With Me, the transformational journey, about all the things that I've gone through with my spiritual awakening, because so many others are going to be going through their spiritual awakening. And I'm going to be doing it from the perspective of my life because it's going to relate to a certain group of people and they're going to relate to me. And it says, so I'm going to talk about the metaphysical. I'm going to talk about the esoterical. I'm going to talk about spiritual. I'm going to talk about medicine. I'm going to talk about science. I'm going to talk about twin flame. I'm going to talk about astrology. I'm going to talk about psychic abilities. I'm going to talk about healing because I have become a healer as well. I'm going to talk about all of those things. What does that make me? And why is that important? Well, we all want to know what we are. And the universe said, you're a joy bringer. And for the first time in my life, I felt like I finally had a title I was proud of. Nope, I didn't go to school for it and get a degree in it. I worked my whole life for it. But it's authentic to who I am. You see, I'm like this all the time, mostly. We all have our down moments. But I am upbeat, perky, and bubbly. And all the trials and things that I've gone through in my life, I have openly shared with people to help them get through theirs or avoid them if possible even. And I do use laughter to stay up. I use endorphins like some people use, well, they think what alcohol or drugs do for them. I use laughter that way. I am a happy person. I had to go through a period of time when I really did lose that in order to, or almost lost it, and was kind of grasping to hold on to it to even understand how special being a joy bringer is. But being able to come and talk to people about all of those things and willing to do it and know that it's just that moment in time when it's needed, that brings joy to me. And that's what this period of time is going to be about. It's going to be about doing what's authentic to you. What we do is going to be about our why. And when we do things because of our why, we will be happy, healthy, and live abundantly. If we're doing things in the old mindset, in the old energies, abundance is not going to happen. Happiness is not going to happen. Prosperity is not going to happen. We are going to be stuck and miserable. It is going to take shifting to the new energies to have happiness, love, abundance, prosperity. It's going to take people like me, and there are many of us all around the world who are designed for specific groups of people because there are so many types of people all around the world. Talking about all of this openly, sharing it to help bring everyone from old energy patterns, old ways of being into the new. So it really is a journey without and within. And it is about staying home, your authentic self, right here. And I do want you to come with me on this journey. And we're going to have fun, folks. You got yourself a joy bringer here. Close your eyes, open your mind, and come along. Talk to you tomorrow.